All right. Hello, everyone. This is Slatter here, and welcome back to GTA's Heat Check Live. I got a very special guest that, at this point, she need to be family, just like she family to me. She family to y'all. DJ Ash Splash. What it do? What up? What up with you?
What up? What's
So this
going
one's a
on,
little
y'all?
different. You know what I'm saying? This one's a little different. It's a little different. We're gonna touch on college football for this one. So this is the CFB edition of GTA Heat Check. All right. So I'm gonna let DJ Ash Splash take it from the top down and break down some of the best college football she's seen this weekend. So first and foremost, Ashley, tell me how you felt in week 2 of the CFB.
Oh, man. Week 2 was crazy. Actually, this is week 3 because
Week 3, week 3.
NFL's a week behind.
Ah,
Uh,
okay. I think
like, they started a
put.
weekend before. Since
Ah,
this is,
bet. I'm about to change the title real quick because I show put week 2 on here. Hold on, I'm about to fix that. So we going into week 4 of college football. So I'm a
yeah.
week. Okay. I'm about to change that right now. I'm glad I could change it on the fly. Hold on, let me slip that there. All right, bet. All right. So, all right, break it down. Week 3 in the CFB. What we got, man?
Man, first of all, man, it was crazy. This was a crazy weekend for college football. Like, man, I'm telling you, I didn't even know if NFL could top what college football did on Saturday. Like, the craziest games, the hyped up games, the ranked
Mm-hmm.
games, those lived up to the hype to where it should have. It was worth every freaking minute, and I mean, some of them was, but I tapped into that Notre Dame game late because I was too busy watching LSU in Florida. Um,
Right.
I mean, that game was kind of worth it, but we'll tap into that. But
For
um,
sure.
just with the SEC conference, the SEC was really the show out conference of the weekend for real. For real, SEC was just showing out all the way around. Those are the hyped up games. Those are the games that were lived up to upon. So it was some mid conference games too. I mean, but mainly SEC against mid conference. Those games, and then there was some Big Ten games. And no disrespect, but I don't think the Big Ten is getting their respect right now because there's a lot of those teams that's 3-0 right now, and they're not
Yeah.
ranked. But it's still a stacked conference. Don't ever get it twisted. Like
Right.
so it's still a stacked conference. But I'm gonna go ahead and start with the SEC though. The SEC, what was it? I got Auburn and against South Alabama. That we're not really gonna touch too much on two of them. We're gonna touch on the rest of the SEC because
All right.
we're not gonna touch on like we're gonna touch one I did not include because I'm not including Alabama until they actually show me something. I ain't,
He said Devourer got devoured. I ain't got nothing to say about
you
them right
know
now.
they respectfully should have won this weekend, and they did. But y'all needed that win, and it wasn't a
They
convincing
needed
one.
it bad. They needed it
They
bad.
they
Oh,
they needed that win. And
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't against no fluff school. I mean, it was against Wisconsin. That's a
No,
Big
that
Ten
no.
school.
No, that's a good team. It's a good team.
Yeah. So, but and I mean, it was about convincing, 2 touchdown score, but it's not a convincing win. I
I
mean, them
think
Alabama.
can I say we as college fans got spoiled by Nick Saban? Can we just say that
No, for sure,
the bar
for
is
sure.
so high for the bar? It's not even
It's
fair. It's really not fair.
it's
It's
not fair
natty
for
or
the
bust.
bar.
It's natty and bust for roll time, man. It's natty or bust. You know what time it is.
He's getting talked about. And he's getting talked about every weekend. I mean, I'm glad he won this weekend. Makes his job a little lighter, but the pressure is still on his back because the Bama fans are strong. They bullheaded. You know what I'm saying? They do not play. That's
Hey
their
man,
only
it's
team.
either you roll tide or you with Auburn. It's either or. Hey, when you
You,
get down there, it's either or.
You feel me? You can't, and it's blood. You know what I'm saying? That's like that. That is the NFL down there. You know
Nah,
what I'm
for real.
saying? So
Yeah, for real. That's why Alabama don't got a football team in the NFL now. They like, look here, our college fans ain't going for that. We don't need no NFL down here.
on everything, they live for Saturdays down there. That's for sure. That is for sure.
Hey, Cam said it
That,
best on 4th and 1. He said, because he obviously Cam won the Natty for Auburn. What I'm saying,
yeah.
had that historical season that they haven't been able to reclaim since. No shade, no shade. But but he said when it come down to games down there, people tailgate and park their RVs on Wednesday because they wait till Friday, ain't gonna be nowhere to park come Saturday. And don't let it
Hell
be an
yeah.
Auburn and Alabama match. Don't let it be a rival game coming in town.
Oh man, you know what I'm saying?
They
They
start early. He
taking
said they
off
start
work.
tailgating Tuesday night going into Wednesday. They take the whole
The
week off
whole
that game.
the whole county done took off. You know what I'm saying?
Shut the
The
whole
whole
county down
county.
for a week.
But no disrespect, but Auburn respectfully got to win.
Yeah, they
Uh,
did. They did. They
they
did.
were they respectfully got to win this weekend, 35-15 over South Alabama.
That's almost like an inner city rivalry right there. South Alabama versus Auburn. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying.
they in a different conference too.
Yeah.
I think South Alabama is like in the SWAC or
Yeah, I think
something
they're in the
like that.
SWAC, ain't they? Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think they in the SWAC, but they a nice team though. They a nice team in the SWAC, but when you go against the SEC, it's a different.
It's a
We
different
talking
beast out
about we
there.
talking about a different league. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a whole different league. That's what you. That's why you got to pick which conference you rocking with, because each conference is different, but each conference got some dogs, and you know
Every
which one.
conference got some dogs in it, though. There's no question there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the SWAT got its own dogs, but their dogs ain't barking like SEC dogs. I'm just saying.
Hey, Big Ten dogs ain't like SEC dogs. I mean, I mean,
Yeah.
unless you're talking like Michigan. Now Michigan could go either way. Like a team like Michigan can go, yeah, they can go either way.
Michigan, USC at times, because
Yeah.
USC's now in the Big Ten.
The Oklahoma
Um,
Sooners, you know what I'm saying? They had their moments,
Penn
you know what I'm saying?
State, yeah, you got your power, your power schools in the Big Ten that are just, you know, that produce some monsters too.
Can we shine some light on IU for a second? Can we talk about what's going on in IU right?
And real quick,
Bloomington got something popping down there.
they got something popping, but they about to enter Big Ten play this weekend. That's the exciting thing. That's the exciting thing. That now we can see what Signetti really got.
They
But
play. Hey, did you see? Speaking of, I'm glad you brought that up. Did you see the promo that Illinois did for this game for the 1-up blood drive they doing?
what? I didn't
So
see the promo. What they?
They had Signetti and the coach of U of I, doing basically a blood drive for this game, trying to see which school could donate the most blood for a
Yeah.
blood drive for the 1-up. And it's funny. I brought it up because Signetti's response when I guess what's the coach for University of Illinois? What's his name? What's the head coach?
Mm,
Do you know? Do you know his name?
uh, you know what? Let me see. I just pulled up.
I forget his name off the top of my head. But they did a promo for this game leading up
Yeah.
to it, and I thought it was dope because even though it was supposed to be about donating blood and it was supposed to be for a good cause and all that, Signetti still was like, "Look, we play to win." Like it's almost like he went on script like, "Man, fuck talking about the blood." Like, look here. I hope you're ready because we play to win. I'm like, see now he talked that hardball talk like we talked last week about
No,
hardball.
not for
Yeah.
real.
Signetti
Signetti's
talked that
got
talk.
that.
Yeah.
Signetti is a coach that he is very serious. So I am excited to see how this game turns out for IU in this season because they snuck up on me. I ain't even gonna
Last
lie.
year,
Like,
I don't think anybody had them really making noise last year like that. That's the first time IU football been relevant since the '80s. Last time I talked to some people that were like alumni last season, and they said Signetti's done something for this school that we haven't seen probably since Bobby Knight did for our basketball because IU's a basketball school. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
football
That's
program
what
ain't
they're
really.
known for.
They're
Yeah,
not known for football. So the fact that they did so good, like I mean, Purdue's in that conversation too. They had a shockwave of a season last year too.
that is true. That
But
is
but
true.
what IU's done for their football program, I mean, I'm glad that they opened up the pocketbooks and said, look, we got to spend some money on this thing because if we want to compete with the new NIL and the portal, we gotta spend some more money.
Yeah,
So
and they got to.
I
I
love what
mean,
they've done.
they're doing some big things in the Big Ten. They're doing some big things. But Big Ten has always been one of those schools that you always had to pay attention to. So it's not like Big Ten has never, because you got Michigan, you got Penn State, you got Ohio State, we're talking about some real big people that came out to be NFL legends out of these schools. You know what I'm saying?
True,
So
very true.
so you know,
It's par for the
but
course.
but right now the Big Ten's not getting their respect because you got a lot of teams that's undefeated and not ranked. So, but that's because they're taken up by SEC schools and amazing other. That's how savage the NCAA is. Like that board is so savage. Like picking out the top 25 every week is
That is a tough job to have. I would not want that job to
like
break down all
that's
those teams.
that's stressful. You know what I'm
Very,
saying? Very
very,
very stressful.
yeah.
But what Auburn was ranked 24th. We'll see. They didn't have a convincing win at South Alabama, so I expect them to either be knocked out or probably still keep their ranking
I think
as
they'll keep. I think with a 31-15 win over South Alabama, being that they are possibly in the SWAC, I would probably expect them to keep their position. It just
yeah.
depends. It just depends on which team comes into the top 25 that may not have been ranked in top 25 last week.
And you got some other wins in there because you got Mizzou that was sitting right below them at 25. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and they played Louisiana Raging Cajuns.
That was crazy. That was
You
that
know,
was
but
that's.
they had a very, very more convincing win than Auburn did. So
I understand your point. 52-10 is not nothing to play with.
you know
That's a freight train coming.
exactly, Mizzou was just walking all over them. So I expect Mizzou to come down probably to 22, 20, 23, something like that.
Yeah,
Because it's Louisiana Raging Cajun. I mean, it's the University of Louisiana. I don't really see too much. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I feel it.
Out of that, I don't see a big move, but a staggering move because I mean 52-10. I mean, hell, all gas, no brakes. You know what I'm saying?
Man, they stomping on them. What's your thoughts on since speaking of we got a couple games that was like that from some big name schools. What's your thoughts on I think we talked about this off air, but what's your thoughts on the USC Purdue game up there at Purdue at West Lafayette?
That one I didn't really, man. I was gonna watch that one because I was up at the casino because you can watch all the games and I like to bet on the games,
For sure, for sure,
cash.
for sure.
But that game had a freaking 3 hour delay. Like what the hell?
Mm.
Like that game was supposed to come on and it got pushed back to like 6:45 and like if you
Because of the storm.
remember,
Yeah,
huh?
because of the storm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because remember it rained that day
Yeah, it did.
and
I was at a wedding in Crawfordsville, Indiana, and we had to delay the wedding like an hour because of the rain and thunderstorms.
it
So
rained everywhere in
it
Indiana
was
that
bad. It
day.
was bad. Yeah, Saturday was
Like
rough. Man.
like it didn't matter who you was.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but what was it? What was
33-17.
that? 33-17 Purdue.
Nope.
That game
Yeah.
came on late and it came and it wanted to come on at like 6:45. Like and that was when all the other teams was about to come on. Like all the other good teams. Like
So you basically say, yeah, we're going to just go ahead and take the L because
I'm gonna have to take the L. But I heard I heard a lot of things that happened. I think you told me I see that surprise touchdown by that defensive lineman. I don't know how that shit happened.
Big boy
That
was
shit was,
moving.
huh? Yeah,
That's the
big
one.
boy.
Big boy was moving.
He was moving like a freight train. You know what I'm saying? And they couldn't
Man,
catch up to him.
nah, man. I don't know what happened.
What's going on?
Huh?
How fast are the Purdue guys? That's what I'm just trying to figure out.
Man, Purdue, in my opinion, Purdue's
But I
not
mean, we can
a
run the stats. I mean, from their top players. I mean, obviously, old boy was just chucking it. Uh,
yeah,
uh, R. Brown,
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
Purdue quarterback,
yeah, yeah.
chucking it.
Ryan Brown. Yeah, I got you.
Brian Brown, you know what I'm saying? 24 for 39 was, I mean, chucking it. 305. And then
One
you had three
touchdown, three.
interceptions.
He threw three picks. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy work.
We could touch back on who did worse, but that's on another game. You know
I
what
know.
I'm saying?
I know it's coming. I know we're gonna get there.
Because
Um,
there's one player that did worse than him this weekend. So he
no,
shouldn't feel that bad.
right.
But I mean, I don't know. 33-17. That was a Big Ten matchup for Purdue.
Yeah,
They wasn't. Neither team was ranked. This is what I'm talking about. USC is 3-0, and they should. I feel like they deserve a ranking at
they
this
are
point.
ranked now. They 25.
They 25. Okay.
They got their ranking off of this game because they 3-0. They undefeated. So
Yeah. So
both
but
teams went
USC
into this undefeated, and USC pulled it out. So
USC pulled it out. I'm still trying to figure out where, cause from their top, just from the box score, I didn't really get to see the game. Like I'm
yeah,
not seeing like any. I mean, except for Jacoby Lane. I mean, off 3 receptions,
yeah.
150
Wayman Jordan
yards.
did his thing on the rush. I mean, 18 carries, 77 yards for a touchdown. From the
Yeah.
looks of it, well, you got to look at it like this. When you look at the three interceptions that Purdue threw, they gave Jamal Jarrett a 70-yard return for a touchdown off of the interception.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And that was late in the third. That was in the third quarter. And at the time of that score, it was 30-10. So if you're you got them scoring off of interceptions, then I mean, it's not going to be a highlight where the offense dominated.
Yeah,
But if the opposing team is throwing you the ball and you're able to get a pick six off of it, then the defense is going to have highlights in it more so than the offense because the
yeah.
defense is scoring. Defense ain't necessarily supposed to score. Defense is supposed to put the put the offense in position to score. But they said, look, if you're gonna keep throwing the ball to us, we might as well take it to the house. I mean, we might as well go ahead and run for it, you
I
know?
mean, out of 3 interceptions, yeah, I can see the defense getting one, at least one, maybe two.
At least
Out of
one,
that,
maybe two, or at best putting you in position to, kick a field goal. So you're gonna get a lot of field goal kicks out of that.
heck yeah, and definitely those turnovers is what made the game,
Yeah.
obviously, because you know, throwing 3 interceptions, and then looking at because USC's quarter, I mean, he was only 17 for 28. That's not too bad, but
Well, when you look at the tape on the team stats, man, it comes down to efficiency. USC had 0 punts, 0 fumbles, 0 interceptions. And when it comes to penalties, they now granted they did have a high amount of penalties. They had 9 versus 5 on Purdue. Purdue didn't have as many penalties, but overall, their quarterback, like you said, slinging it, not taking care of it,
yeah,
just reckless with the ball. And it looks like USC, because of the recklessness, they had more time possession on the ball overall. So when you got 34 minutes versus 25, and you got to play for an hour, I mean, you got more time to work. You can slow it down. You can move. You can make the teams play at your pace. It's like, look here,
yeah,
we gave y'all the ball. It was, but y'all wanted us to have the ball so bad. We just went ahead and just took us some more. You know what I'm saying? You keep giving us the
right.
ball. We keep trying to give you a turn. Apparently, you don't want
Obviously, if you don't want to take care of the ball, I sure will. You know what
it.
I'm saying?
That's what it like to me. So, but
That's
overall,
basically what it was.
but when you look at the yards, overall yardage, and as well as efficiency, these teams are basically the same. The only difference is the quarterback play is what basically determined this game. But USC and Purdue are basically the same team.
Yeah,
overall. When you look at the stats, their numbers, it's not a drastic like, oh, we that much better than y'all. No, the only thing that was better was we didn't lose the ball, y'all did, and we scored when you gave us the ball. That's what got us to win.
yep.
So I mean,
Taking
great
care,
job. Huh?
taking care of the football. But you know, it's a new regime out there in out there in West Lafayette. So, you know,
They got to work
uh,
out the kinks, man.
yeah, you
They got to
definitely
work
got to
out the
work
kinks.
out the kinks. You
Yeah.
definitely got to work out the kinks. So, we ain't gonna talk about my team. That's tomorrow. But you know, we gotta work out ours. Talk about working out the kinks for the start of a new regime. Yeah, I know. I know. But I want to talk about this game of the week of the afternoon, kind of like Chiefs and Eagles, but this
Okay.
lived more to the hype of the Chiefs and Eagles on Saturday, 24 hours
Okay.
before. You
Okay.
know,
Who you got? Georgia and
that was
Tennessee.
man,
Yeah, I knew that's the one he's gonna bring. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that was the only game that everybody was paying attention to at 3:30.
That's
You know,
fair.
3:30. No disrespect to the 12 o'clock noon slate this weekend, but it really
The big
wasn't.
noon game. What wasn't all that or what?
The noon game slate of week 3 for college football really wasn't shit. Everything was late. You know what I'm saying? So all the action was late, and it was like pick your poison for the night game. Like literally,
Okay,
like it was so much night action. You had to pick your poison. That's
I
why I
got you.
tuned into the Notre Dame game late because it was so many games going on at 7:30.
Well,
That's what you love about.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me do before we give Georgia all the well deserved praise for what they did, especially in overtime. I want to give Tennessee their props because when I look at the game overall, they held their own.
Yeah,
For Georgia to have the ball for 50 minutes in time of possession to Tennessee's 24 and the score was still overtime. You still win the overtime and you had the ball half the amount of time. I mean, you can't sleep on that. Tennessee definitely
actually, I
showed.
wanna. Actually wanna do a shout out to Tennessee because I watched that game and they deserved every last bit of that win. You know what
They
I'm
held
saying?
their own. They definitely held their own.
Kirby Smart. It was so much shit, and I have my money on Georgia.
I mean, so you're
I
not
have my
mad,
money on Georgia.
but
I have my money on Georgia, but it was. I'm talking about roller coaster. I give it to Kirby Smart, but look, I'm gonna run these stats on here real quick, right?
go ahead.
Because I'm gonna say, look, this is Bulldog. The Georgia Bulldogs are 3-0 in overtime games over the past 2 seasons.
Okay.
So could that have been a surprise? I didn't even know that, but knowing that, I'm pretty sure Kirby. I don't even know if Kirby knew that stat himself, but
Hmm.
if he had knowledge of that stat, I'm pretty sure he went into overtime with confidence. You know, I'm pretty sure Kirby coaches his guys up for these types of
Yeah, he
situations
prepared them
because
for it. Definitely.
you're in this SEC conference that it can come down to that. And then also, with that, Georgia has now tied Alabama, the Alabama from 2004 to from 2014 for the most consecutive 3-0 starts to a season now. Like
Wow.
they're Georgia. We like to say, oh, okay, yeah, Georgia, because Georgia hasn't made no noise really since like a couple years ago, right?
Hmm.
So it's kind of like, but when you read this kind of stuff,
You can't downplay it.
you can't downplay Georgia out the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's crazy. And then this was so monumental for the team. Like this shows the culture Kirby Smart has for that 2025 Georgia Bulldog football team right now. Because this is their first 14 plus point comeback victory on the road. Under him. So you know what I'm saying? Like that speaks volumes to what you speak to those players out there. So Kirby got some things going, but was they supposed to, they was supposed to win, but how that game played out, it really was supposed to go to Tennessee. And
Right.
I feel so bad. I feel so bad because that poor boy, uh I want to say, I think his last name was Gilbert, their kicker. Boy, the game was in his hands. And
No.
the game was in his hands. And before, because I'm talking about, this was a coaching match. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
time of possession of the clock and everything,
Yeah,
clock
definitely.
management. It came
Definitely.
down to that because Josh. The crazy thing is, Kirby Smart is 4-0 over Josh Heupel, because Josh Heupel is the head coach of University of Tennessee. Since Josh Heupel been over there, he has not won against Kirby Smart. So,
Mm.
uh, you know, the fact that this speaks volumes of the type, how the SEC is, but Tennessee really had that game. But that poor boy, and like, I was watching it live, and I mean, they Josh Heupel ran that clock down to the last minute, to the point Kirby Smart couldn't do anything. It literally depended on this man. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? And that
Damn.
analysis, the annotator, the people over the
PA.
TV,
Yeah.
they was like, talking about, they got word, like, they telling the poor boy, just take deep breaths, like he's over there taking deep breaths, deep breaths. I was like, oh, that poor boy is so, his anxiety's like, ugh. And you just put the whole game on his shoulders, dog. I'm like, so
Damn.
he's going out there, and the whole Tennessee stadium's quiet than a bitch. I'm talking about.
And
Woo,
it was
I'm
at
talking about,
home
they
too. That's
sweat, and
crazy.
then they knowing it, like, they know, and then the fans, like, they're the camera showing the fans even know, like, this game's not over with us, like, their anxiety's high. You feel me?
Yeah.
When that kick went up, I'm talking about, I instantly was like, oh my god, oh my god, because I mean, it was kind of like, oh boy, who missed that kick field goal yesterday in the NFL? But as soon as that boy baby went up,
The Colts one. Remember the Colts missed the field goal, and then the
yep,
Broncos got that ref call. They called
yep,
they had to
yep,
redo it. They had to redo it.
yep, that one, yep,
That one, yeah,
exactly, that
because
one, yep, yep,
he
yep.
didn't even hit the upright. He was way off.
He was way left. Now,
Yeah.
as soon as that baby went up, you knew it was on. You knew
Well,
it wasn't
it
going
went
in.
right. It went way right. It was on the right side.
Was it on the right side?
It went way right. Yeah, because remember the mascot was right there, waiting to throw his arms. Oh,
Yeah.
then the ref called it back, and they got to do it again. He got it the second time. That was the kick that won the game. Because
Yeah.
Denver almost won that game. But no, I know we're not talking NFL, but as far as the pressure that was on that kicker in that moment,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was a lot of pressure on that kicker, and he went out there, and I'm just talking about, he just bombed that motherfucker.
oh damn,
And Joey Aguilar, oh, I I love Joey Aguilar. He's a good quarterback. He fits to University of Tennessee. They had a camera shot of Joey Aguilar, thinking they won it as soon as the kick went up, and then as soon as it was like, they did a quick shot of this nigga face, and he was like, "What? We missed it." Damn.
damn.
38-38. You know what I'm saying? So now this game going into overtime. Like,
And usually when a team like loses momentum like that going in overtime, you already know they're finna get cooked in overtime. That's usually how it goes.
and one thing about Georgia, and this is what the analyst was saying. This was like
Uh-huh.
the analyst was saying going into overtime, because they explain, because the overtime college rules have changed or whatever, but
Yeah.
they got that shit done. So, boom boom, uh, fucking uh Tennessee got the ball first. You know what I'm saying? They try to run it down. You know what I'm saying? They end up kicking a field goal. Boom. Analysts say, okay, Georgia get the ball. You already know what the Georgia Bulldogs gonna do. They gonna run it down. They
Run it
gonna
down.
cram
Yep.
it
They're
down.
gonna run you down the field. Yep. Yeah. You already
That
know what
was
time it
before
is.
the first play of the Georgia, even Georgia came on the field. That was before they was about to come on the field. Boom, first play, run down. I'm talking about Shaq gun down. I'm talking about he almost hit that motherfucking tutty on the first rip. Like they got him down like at the 3 or 2 yard line. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
a
one
coach.
yard
That's
line.
coaching IQ. If you're in a clutch moment and you know, okay, we could throw the ball, but why would we risk it? Why risk throwing the ball when the defense is expecting a long throw because we're trying to get the game over with? And when you rush something like that, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna throw a pick. So you
Yep,
might well run the ball. You got a better chance of protecting the ball and just move the chains and
yep,
keep the
yep,
ball in your
yep.
possession. And not only are you keeping the ball in your possession, you're taking time off the clock because the more
Yeah,
time you spend moving the chain versus trying to get a quick touchdown in the air and you get the yards on the ground, you're more likely going to get the win because you're keeping the ball in your possession and you're minimizing the chance of making that mistake of throwing a pick.
yep.
Lord forbid it be a pick six.
And
So
Kirby Smart knows that. You
he
know how
knows it
smart
already.
Kirby.
Like, come
You
on,
know
man.
how smart Kirby. You know
Curry's
how
smarter
smart
than him.
Kirby.
Yeah.
You know Kirby ain't new to this. You know what I'm saying? Kirby obviously 3-0, but cram it down. And I think it's because they got two running backs that they use out there in Georgia, but I
Yeah.
believe it was Frazier that ran it because he was the one that shot it out the gate like boom. Got them down there in the red zone. I think they gave it to him again, and I
Go
mean
ahead
it
and get
was a.
the touchdown.
If you saw that replay of how that boy got that touchdown, amazing. It was like amazing and beautiful, but gut wrenching to the other team. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Yeah.
like,
Gut punch. Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Because it's like the most sneaky like extend of arms that you could ever do. Like a sleeper. Like you're not
Yeah.
even thinking. Like he just did it underneath. Like because everybody's crammed up and you're like, where is he? Because all you see is big bodies, and then all you see is this football that just his arms extend out and just reach.
Right.
And I mean, in college football, as long as that ball reaches over that line, it's a tutty. So, and once you get a tutty in that first the first overtime, if each one team was to get a tutty, like if instead of kicking the field goal, if Tennessee would have scored, they would have had it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But since they kicked the field goal and then gave it to Georgia, Georgia did what they had to do in their
Yeah, they didn't
possession,
get that touchdown. It was over.
and it was over with, and they
Yeah.
won. So it
Yeah.
was kind of like it was gut wrenching because that game was at Neyland, in Tennessee in Knoxville. So
Right. Right.
and I mean they were that. I'm talking about Neyland Stadium was sold out. I'm talking about orange and white everywhere. But
I believe it. No, the Volunteers showed up and showed out. But that game put Tennessee at 15. I don't know where they were at ranked like the week before, but they're at 15 now.
they were at they were at 15 before, right?
I didn't look. I didn't look at the ranks last week.
Oh, they at 15 now though.
Yeah, I think they're at 15 now. I'm about to
I
check
don't
the
know if
front.
the shit have they came out with the new
I
rankings
think they
yet.
did, but let me check to make sure. Because right now it says they're 15th in the SEC, and then Georgia's
I
five.
want to say that's you said Georgia's what?
Five.
Maybe that is the new ranking. That shit. Wow.
Yeah, they updated it 6 hours ago. I'm about to look at it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got Ohio State number one. We got Oregon at 2. They went up. They were number 4 last week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Miami's number 3. They were number 5 last week. LSU dropped. They were 2. They're down to 4 now. I'm sure you're going to address that in a little bit. Georgia went up 1. They were 6. They're 5 now. Your Aggies, they jumped 6 spots. They were 12 last week. Now they're top
Yeah,
6.
bud.
With which we what they did to Notre Dame was disrespectful. We
Hey, you can't doubt them, man. You can't
can't
doubt
sleep on the
them.
Aggies, man.
Can't sleep on my Aggies at
Penn
all.
State, Penn State dropped 4 spots. They were 3. They're number 7 now.
Damn, they
Florida.
didn't even lose though.
uh, I'm trying to see what made them do that. Let me see. Let me see. It doesn't say.
They didn't even lose though. That's crazy.
He doesn't see. Maybe. Well, okay. Oh, I know why. Because their first three wins were against non-power four competition. That's why. They first
Savage.
real
They
test is
about to enter Big Ten play.
they first real test, and this is what it says on ESPN. It's the Penn State season really begins September 27th when they play Oregon.
Okay, so they got Oregon. Yeah,
They got Oregon at the end of the month, and that they feel like that'll be their real first test for real.
that's
So
respect.
yeah, so that's why they dropped down. They dropped down because they ain't played no real competition in the first few wins. They basically saying they 3-0 ain't legit.
Well,
I mean, you
who
kind of
made
said
the
that too though about some
schedule?
teams.
Who made the schedule?
Hey, you said that about some teams. Like, yo, it looked good on paper, but look who you played. Like, that does it really? I mean, do you want to hang your hat on that for real? Does that really tell you how your season gonna end? Nah, not really. Them
No.
more like that's like college preseason. When you playing teams outside of your conference or your division, that's
Mm-hmm.
basically preseason. You supposed to win those.
You're supposed to,
You're
but
supposed to.
do you?
Yeah, you're supposed to win. But moving
You're
on down.
supposed to, but we're gonna touch back on that. We're
We'll get
gonna
back.
touch
We'll get
on
back to
that
Penn
game.
State. We'll get back to that. But Florida State's they went up one. They were 9 last week. They went up to 8, so they went up a spot. They 2-0. We touched on this
Yeah.
team a little bit earlier. Oklahoma went up 2 spots. They were 11th. They went up to 9. Texas
I
dropped.
mean, they had how they go up and they. I mean, they did have a convincing win though.
Who?
But Oklahoma,
Who was
but
it against? Yeah, it was Temple.
Temple.
It was Temple. That's why.
But again, how did they move up? But who did you just say that didn't move up? Penn State. How they dropped? Like, come on.
Well, it's
That
Temple.
don't.
It's Temple. What division is Temple in? What conference are they?
American.
Okay.
They an American. But I mean,
Are they Mid American? MAC?
no, they're just American. They're in the same conference as South Florida, Rice,
Oh, okay.
Tulane, North Texas, Memphis,
Got you. Okay.
Charlotte, UTSA, FAU.
Okay.
They're in that conference, yeah.
All right. I think it's just a matter of competition. I mean, I think Penn State's first 3 games was preseason. Those teams aren't going anywhere. That's probably why they don't want to give them their credit. When you look at Oklahoma, I mean Oklahoma is Oklahoma though. I'm
Yeah.
not saying nothing against Penn State, but then also too, it looks like they play Auburn next week. Oklahoma does.
Auburn's still not ranked though, is they?
I thought they was.
They're oh yeah, they were
They're
ranked. They were
25.
24th. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
20.
what they
Yeah,
are now, they 25 now.
I think they're 24,
Let me
25. We'll get to
see.
that at the bottom of the list, but I want to address the Arch Manning controversy though, because I feel like
That that's crazy. I mean, I don't know. I didn't get to watch that. What was that? That game came on.
yeah,
I forget what time that game came on, but I don't think it was either. I think another game had my interest at that point. Something I didn't, but I heard about it and I seen the highlights. I seen that box score. I feel like either the granddaddy said, "You better put that boy in my granddaddy." Cause why was Arch Manning the only one making plays on Texas? Like,
hey
what was
man.
the offense only supposed to run through Arch? Was my question.
Well, here's the thing. CJ Baxter got hurt on the first play of the game, so that's why.
Okay, I
So
mean, you
so
can't use anybody. Cause what I think I got Wingo,
yeah, Wingo, yep.
Wingo for 32. He was the top receiver, 32 yards.
No, here you go.
So
No. Breakdown in the first 3 games, he only has 9 catches for 97 yards. What is that?
right.
But at what point do we say it's the quarterback or it's the coach? When do we make that? That's a fine line. When do we make the decision to say it's not the quarterback, it's the coach? It might be the coaching scheme.
But was it the coach's scheme? Because Arch looked like he fed into
He bought into the hype.
he slid right into those couple games last year with
Yeah,
Sarkeesian.
but now you know better than anybody. And let's use NFL as an example. Certain quarterbacks, like a Teddy Bridgewater, right? Before his injury and even after his injury, he could go down to, and I think you remember this was probably about 2 or 3 years ago. He went down to New Orleans. Breeze got hurt, and Teddy went 6-0 until Breeze got back. But when has Teddy Bridgewater ever carried a team as the number one QB option? Right?
Right.
Certain quarterbacks you can plug and play for a few games, and they can show flashes and moments of, oh, he's going to be a problem next year. But
Yeah.
now you're putting all the responsibility of being the team captain, and your last name is Manning.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. It's no different than what Shador's going through in Cleveland. And we can name plenty of countless other people that have had to come into a league or play at a high level. And instead of being held to a standard that everybody else is held to, they're held to a standard that's almost unattainable just because of who their last name is. So I think a lot of it has to do with the hype. Then people forget Arch Manning's dad, Cooper, was a wide receiver.
Yeah.
He was the only Manning in the Manning dynasty that wasn't a quarterback. So I think people forget that because our minds are so permeated on Peyton and Eli and what Granddaddy Arch did back when he was playing. So it's like you automatically assuming Arch is going to just fall right into it. It's like, well, his dad wasn't a quarterback.
Yeah.
His dad was a wide receiver. So when I see Arch moving his movements, I expect him to be faster than his uncles because he can run. It's genetically proven. He has the genes like Cooper. He can run. He just so happens to be a Manning. So they're going to try to force the QB on him. But I ain't going to lie to you. It's early. I said this to you a couple weeks ago. It's early.
Yeah.
But after this season, I'm strongly looking at Arch like, are you sure you're a quarterback? I'm just saying. You have a lot of the athleticism of a wide receiver, but because your uncles are Hall of Fame level quarterbacks and your granddaddy is a legend down in Louisiana, they're forcing you to be a quarterback. I don't think he's a quarterback. He could be a dual threat. He could be another Mike Vick, another Lamar Jackson. He could easily fall into that category, but only time will tell. It's a little early. I just feel like the Arch Manning thing is y'all kind of forcing something on him. It might not be in him. He might not be a quarterback.
I don't know if they're switching up the offense from last year because
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to. He's not Quinn. He's not. We knew that last year in those 2 games that he showed what he could do. He's not Quinn. So you can't run the same offense you ran for Quinn for Arch. It's 2 different quarterbacks. That's like having a Phillip Rivers or a Big Ben, and then you get a Shador or a Lamar Jackson as your backup. You can't run the same offensive scheme. If you're Mike Tomlin, you can't run that same. Look what happened last year. Let's use the Steelers, for example. Mike Tomlin had Justin Fields, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Look how that turned out. As athletically gifted as both quarterbacks are, one's more of a passer, one's more of a runner.
Yeah.
You can't run the same schemes for those 2 quarterbacks that play for the same coach. You can't run a Russell Wilson type of play or a Pete Carroll style offense for Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Look how that turned out for him. You can't do that. So it's no different down in Texas. You have to switch up. You got to switch your coaching style up for Arch. Arch is a dual threat quarterback that uses his legs better than his arm. I'm just going to keep it real. He's a runner.
Again, top rushing was only 50-something yards. So was UTEP's defense really that stout?
It's still early in the season. I don't want to give him too much credit, but we give credit where credit is due. You got the job done. You got the job done. You was able to contain Arch, and Arch didn't have a showing that he needed to have to kind of silence the people that are critiquing his style of play and his quality of being a quarterback. His efficiency is questionable. He might have the IQ, and as he should. You got your granddaddy wisdom and both your uncles to tell you everything and anything about the game, X's and O's, inside and out. And
Yeah.
you're literally a phone call away from a Tom Brady and so on and so forth. So again, you have the IQ. Nobody's questioning Arch's IQ. The question is, are you being maximized to your fullest potential by the coaching staff at Texas? Because you might be, I mean, y'all can show favoritism because of where y'all at and where you're from and which I represent and being a Manning. But at the end of the day, Granddaddy Arch can't go down there and throw the ball for you. Peyton and Eli can't go down and throw the ball for you. Arch has to be Arch. Either he's a quarterback or he's not a quarterback. And I think this season we're going to find out what he's truly made of. But it's still early. We got to see what happens when they get to the SEC. When they get to SEC play, then we'll know exactly who Texas is this year.
But what? I didn't write that down. Texas was ranked. What they was ranked number 7?
They were 7 last week. They top 10 now. They right there at 10th now. They got to play Sam Houston.
I mean, the way they started out, I think Texas fans, you're feeling like Bears fans, okay?
Oh, don't give them that. Don't give them no.
You're feeling like Bears fans.
This sounds personal now. Now it's getting personal.
No. Cause look, I know they had high hopes, but maybe they can turn it around. But look,
yeah, tell the truth.
You're already down one game, and you're in the SEC conference. So you better hope. You better hope like high water. You know what I'm saying? That Arch Manning can pull it out, because the way he's been showing off, I don't know if y'all gonna be in that college football conversation. A lot of teams that people have picked that was gonna see. I'm still holding on strong.
I feel you.
Cause what I say.
Which part about SEC play or about which part?
Who's going to the Natty?
Oh yeah, LSU.
Right.
All right.
I'm still looking good.
You got the Tigers going to the playoff.
I'm still looking good. But a lot of these top teams that people picked before the season started, they got a slim chance now.
Yeah,
slim chance now.
Yeah, like you said, when it comes to SEC, you got maybe no more than 2 or 3 losses. Because anything beyond that, you can kiss that playoff goodbye and just go ahead and get ready for next year. Pack it up, go ahead and get ready for next year. Because that conference is
so pack up your locker.
Go ahead and pack it up. You get 3 losses, your playoffs is over. You're not going. You're not going.
Oh, I'm entering the portal, guys.
Go ahead and enter the portal. Nah, what you do is after the 3rd or 4th loss, you watch the rest of the teams that go, and then you pick your team based on how far they go in the play. Hey, I'm gonna go over there next year. I'm gonna go see if the LSU can use another. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go to LSU.
Okay. That's what you do like a motherfucker. That's what these guys are doing though.
They'll sit out. They'll be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna sit. I know our team ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna sit and watch to see who make it in the playoffs." All right, Elite 8, Final 4. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna call the final. Yeah, them 4 teams right there. I'm gonna call. So I think last year it was what was it? Houston. No, that was basketball. That's probably basketball.
That was basketball.
Yeah, it was basketball. So last year, do you remember who the Final 4 was last year for college football? I know Michigan was one of them, but what was the other 3?
It was Michigan, Ohio State.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. What was the other 2? I can't remember the other 2.
Damn, I forget.
Notre Dame, and because Freeman, and what was the 4th?
Notre Dame and
Oh no, hold on. What was the 4th?
I want to say Washington, but it wasn't them.
Was it Wisconsin? No.
It wasn't Washington.
Was it Wisconsin? I have to look. I remember Notre Dame making it because that was Freeman's first big run. Who was the 4 teams last year? 2024.
I gotta look. What was that? 2024.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh,
Texas.
what?
Was it Texas? Yeah, Texas. But Texas ended up getting knocked out.
Okay. It looks like was it Arizona State or Boise State?
Let me see.
Can't be right. Hold on. Where'd it go?
When it came down to the Final Four, it was Ohio State, Texas,
Texas. Okay.
and
Well, that's why the high. That's another reason why
Notre
Archie
Dame and Penn. It was Ohio State, Texas, and Notre Dame and Penn State.
Penn State. Okay. Well, that's another reason why Archie catching all the smoke right now. Texas got that high from last season. That's why they're trying to figure out what we doing differently. Well, you're dealing with two different type of quarterbacks. And I think
Yep.
the coaches have to make the adjustments. I don't think they've made the adjustments yet. But I will say, and even said this here in the rankings, that this Sam Houston game they got coming up is their last game to turn this thing around before they really start playing some heavier competition in the SEC.
Yeah.
So they gotta figure out whatever issue they got from the QB coaching or the offensive coordinator, whatever you want to call it, whoever's held responsible for creating plays for Arch. You got one more game to figure this thing out because
Yeah.
your job might be on the line at the end of the season.
It's gonna be probably a few, and not
Heads
to
will
mention it
roll.
was already two
Right,
this week.
right.
Actually, yesterday they didn't
Mm.
waste no time to hammer it down.
Go ahead and get them up out of here.
UCLA, UCLA cut ties.
Mm-hmm.
Virginia Tech cut ties.
What did I say earlier? The first three games in college football are like preseason in the NFL. You don't figure it out in the first three games, your job might be liable to be gone before the playoffs even get here. You might not even make it to the
And
postseason.
mind you, UCLA. I mean, Virginia Tech. They in the ACC. They're pretty much done too. But
Damn.
uh, UCLA sitting in the Big Ten since the new transition and
Yep,
everything.
yep, yep.
You 3 losses in. We don't give a fuck because you got Nico's. Since I want to leave
Right.
Tennessee, looking ass.
Goofy.
and
It's fumbling
you're
bags
leading,
left and
you're
right. But
leading
go
that,
ahead.
and you're leading that team. But you know, you just moved there for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like they just fired their coach. You're 0-3 in Big Ten. You're you're gonna have to go undefeated, and the chances of UCLA going undefeated with a new interim coach, fuck no.
That
Like
shit, that's that Hollywood script type shit right there. That shit ain't realistic at all.
their UCLA season's already done. Like
Damn,
I
damn.
mean, it could already be done off of 0-3. It could be possible for revival, but again,
You have
they
to
just
pretty much
fired.
win. You have to win every game.
But then that's sitting impossible with the line now of an interim head coach. You know what I'm saying? For the rest of the season, you're 0-3, and with the new head coach, I mean, I don't even care if it's a OC. You know what I'm saying? Like the chances of y'all going undefeated with just a new interim head coach, because chances are he's not used to running a college football game. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to manage as a head coach of a college football game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
So it's more than just, as a coordinator, you're just calling the plays. You know what I'm saying? You're just focused on that. There's a way more to it for a head coach. So it's, ah, ah, yeah, UCLA is done. We won't have
Mm.
to worry about UCLA in Big Ten.
Let's
Not
get
even
back.
with
Unless that case, let's get back to the top 25 teams that actually matter this week. And because UCLA is not even in that conversation at this point.
him.
Illinois, we talked about them earlier. They do play IU this weekend. It's a big matchup for
Woo
them.
woo. Big Ten play, Big
Illinois.
Ten play.
Last week they were 13th. They're number 11. They're just right outside the top 10 right now. Had a hell of a showing against Western Michigan on Saturday, but obviously it was Western Michigan. So I mean, what we talking about? That's Mid-American. So what we talking about for real?
I mean, like, yeah, what we talking
What we
about?
talking about? Yeah. That's like talking about you beat up. That's like the team beat up on Ball State last week. It's like, okay, it's Ball State. Like it's the Mid-American Conference. What we talking about?
Right.
What we talking
And
about?
and I, and this weekend they go to UConn, and I mean UConn's not good, but
Who go to UConn this weekend?
Ball State.
Oh Lord.
Look at all these money grab games they be just doing on Ball State. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Ball State's getting a whole lot of money.
I
Okay,
ain't mad at it though. Hey, church, I ain't mad at it at all. Get your
they getting
bag.
a whole lot of money. I just know that campus and that stadium better be top notch. You know.
Not Worthing Arena in that field finna be on point. Schumann Stadium
Okay,
finna be on point. Listen, they getting all the money this year. They don't care
they're
if they
getting
win or
too.
not. We getting paid.
They're getting too much money. Too much money. First, you went to Auburn like 2 weeks ago. You just played at home. Now you're going to Connecticut. Okay.
All right, you see what it is. You know what the play is. It's all right. Hey, cut that check. We'll be there. Hey, you paying? I'm
No, for
playing.
real.
You paying?
For
I'm playing. Let them get
Hey,
their money.
and Ball State's going because you know how Muncie is. Muncie ain't got a lot to look forward to. So shit.
Man, without Ball State, Muncie is dead. Stop playing. That's the only thing keeping that city alive is Ball State.
The only thing we could
So
say the same thing about Alabama, but yeah.
no good. That we know what that is though. I mean,
But
hey,
yeah, this upcoming game, boy, I low key want to go to that game because I know it's gonna be crazy. We're
which one?
talking about this Illinois and IU game.
Yeah, that game gonna be jumping. Everybody from
This
Chicago finna be in this. Hey, listen, are they playing at IU or they in Bloomington? Oh yeah, that game gonna be crazy.
it's gonna be wild.
Oh,
It's gonna be bonkers because it's gonna be shenanigans, bonkers. It's gonna be going crazy lit. Ain't gonna know what the fuck
you know
going on.
Bloomington a party town, man. Oh man,
And
it's gonna be wild.
both teams walking in 3-0. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody got to catch an L.
Somebody got to catch an L. Is it gonna be Cincinnati? Is it gonna be Illinois? I don't know, cause Illinois got a tough team over there now.
Hey
Illinois got.
man, it even says here at the end of the report, NFL scouts are paying attention with big test ahead against Indiana and USC. So apparently they play USC the week after they play IU. So they got some tough competition coming up. USC ain't nothing to play with. You saw what they did last week.
True,
So
but not to. I'll tell you, I won't be too good, cause again, uh, obviously it was the turnovers that did it, cause
yeah, yeah.
the box score of the USC game. Now, if this Illinois quarter, if he comes out lights out, accurate, taking his time, I don't know. Illinois might have a chance. You feel me? As long as Illinois don't turn over the ball, you feel me?
Okay, all
It's
right.
it's any given Saturday, but we'll see.
All right, all right.
We'll see after this week plays out. You know what I'm saying? But
All right, let's
prediction.
move. Let's move on to number 12. We got Ole Miss Rebels at 12. They were 18th last week, so they moved up 6 spots.
Oh, Miss! Oh my
Ole
gosh!
Miss.
I wish I would have watched that game. My stupid ass was watching the fucking LSU and Florida game. I ain't gonna say stupid, but they was scuffling out there. But we gonna touch on that game. But I missed this game because of that game. But that game was
That
crazy to
it looked
see.
like it was a good one. I mean,
It
41-35 over Arkansas. That means it was a tough game. That means
SC
they was fighting for their life.
that was SEC play. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
Ole Miss came into that game with their backup quarterback. You see the game he had?
Yeah.
What a show out for a backup quarterback. Trinidad Chambliss, boy, he came out. What? Who's our starting quarterback? Who? Okay, Yeah, because I mean, with that, he was spot on. I mean,
Nah. Shout out to their running back though, the Missouri transfer Keywan Lacey. I mean,
yeah,
334 yards and 5 touchdowns through 3 games. And Harrison Wallace the third. I mean, 100-yard performance. Hey, I mean,
yeah, six
damn.
receptions, one touchdown. I mean, but he went off, and then I mean, even your backup quarterback went off for 62 yards. He's like a fucking Jalen Hurts. You feel me?
I'm with that. I mean, they say here Wallace, he's third for in receiving in the FBS with 339 receiving yards. He ranks third, so he's top
Wallace,
three. Yeah, Wallace the third. Yeah.
I could see that looking like a Ollie Gordon.
Okay, all right. I like that comparison.
How Ollie Gordon was last year, even though he ain't in the right situation for him to flourish in the NFL level. But
That does happen, man. Sometimes it's not necessarily about the talent you come out of college with; it's about the team that you land on when you
yeah,
get drafted. Let's move on to number 13. Though we got the Iowa State Cyclones. They were top 10 last week. They fell off a few spots. Um, and it says here,
really, they had so convincing. They won over Iowa.
well, they won over Iowa State, won over Arkansas State, but it wasn't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It wasn't a big win, and Arkansas State's not really a threat for real. They're not the big Arkansas. You know what I'm saying?
No, they not.
Yeah. So I think it's one of those situations where, like you said, certain teams lost their ranking because they won, but who you beat? Like you didn't beat anybody that's worthy of saying you still get to either keep your spot or elevate your spot based on the competition that you played last Saturday.
Right.
So that they got caught up in that situation. But this week they play Arizona, who's 3-0. So
Arizona looks good. I think
so
what they come out the Pac-12, right?
the Big 12, the Iowa State,
Is it the Big 12? Big 12?
Big
Okay.
12, Big 12. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because they played the let's see, yeah. Mm. Oh, okay, yeah. That's what they're saying. So Arkansas State's Red Wolves team, them having to go into a dogfight with them is what made them lose their spot because it makes them look like they're not ready for that Big 12 competition or to win the Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
You're struggling with a team that's not really ranked like that. So,
Oh man. And
what's up?
I wish we could talk about Colorado, but they're just
I knew you were gonna bring them up, but
they're just another team struggling, but we can keep going with what we going on. But I just feel bad because they're man.
they should have won that game. Houston should have won that game.
They
They
should
should have
have.
won that game.
They should have, and
I can't say I watched that game just because I was able to catch pretty much all of the highlights because Deion's son puts the highlights up the next morning. So I caught it on
yeah,
YouTube today. And from the looks of it, that game was in their hands all the way into the fourth quarter. They just couldn't close it. They didn't have no closer. They didn't have a solid.
and
Omarion
he
Miller did what
didn't
he
pick a
could, but
quarterback until right before the game. But Staub just looked like.
uh, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's the QB for the job. I just
But
don't
he's the
know.
third string. This kind of like nobody's.
But Deion didn't pick a quarterback starting the season. They had like 3 quarterbacks.
Nobody's showing. Nobody got that.
Nobody's stepping up and being showing that they're a closer. Nobody's stepping up to the plate. And it shows in they play. If you don't have consistent leadership,
Yep.
that's what happens. The team falls apart from the head down. I mean, if the head's not on straight, the rest of the body gonna fall. And that's literally what's happening. Your quarterback is your captain for a reason. You wear the C patch on your jersey for a reason. You're the captain. You have to lead the ship. But if you don't know who the captain is, or the person that you pick as the captain doesn't want the responsibility or the weight of being a captain, the rest of the team is going to go every which way but forward.
Yep.
Literally. And to Colorado's credit, their defense was holding it down. The defense was keeping them in the game. Big bodies.
No lie. You right about that. No lie.
If the defense was doing what the offense was doing, we would have been talking about a whole different end game. Like the score would have been worse than what it was. The defense was keeping them in the game. Straight like that. the
But
quarterbacks
I
don't
mean, it
have
was a sloppy. It was a sloppy game all the way around,
the
though. You know
quarterbacks
what
don't
I'm
have
saying?
confidence. That's one thing I did see, and I love the fact that Deion's son catches this. When he catches them players talking on the sidelines, a lot of the
Yeah,
offense of the team and even some of the defensive linemen was like, we got to keep Stab confident. We got to keep him confident. We got to hype him up. We got to keep him.
yeah,
He's not confident right now. We got to keep him feeling confident and throwing the ball. We got to keep him feeling confident to make the runs when he has to make the QB scrambles, and he has to keep defense honest. Or if he's making a play action, he has to be confident, because if you don't look confident, the defense is going to know we got him. He's not in the game. His head's not in the game. He's scared. He's second guessing himself. He's panicking.
yeah,
You look nervous. It's one thing to play with a level of confidence where you can hide or mask nerves. Everybody has a little bit of anxiety right before a snap. I mean, that's just sports, right? But it's different when the opposing team can see it. Can you
yeah.
conceal it? Can you work through it? Can you at least give them the facade like you're not in panic mode? If you can't, then the defense is going to capitalize on that. It's like sharks seeing blood in the water. Got him.
He sat in the back of the. He's the third string, so he got pushed to the front. Yeah, you prepare for these moments, but when you're thrusted
You
into
got to,
those,
hey, everybody got a plan until you get hit in the mouth.
you're right.
Everybody got a plan until you get hit in the mouth. All that preparation go out the window when you get hit in the mouth.
And he's been getting hit in the mouth.
and you can watch all the film you want. You can run through all the drills you want. Until them lights is bright and you on that field, it don't mean shit. That's all I'm saying.
He been getting hit in the mouth, hasn't he, boy?
Why you think a lot of third stringers and backup players, especially in basketball, end up being head coaches and being great ones? The greatest coaches weren't
Yeah,
the best players. They were the ones sitting third stringing it or riding the bench.
yeah.
They got the best vantage point to watch the entire game.
You're right.
Why you think it's like that? Most coaches that end up being GOAT coaches weren't GOAT players. They was all right. They were good enough to make the team.
That's true.
Or they just knew how to watch film really, really well, study film well enough to get the X's and O's down.
To understand what the hell was going on, but even though they never played, that was their way of
There you
showing.
go.
You know what
There
I'm
you go.
saying?
That's a
That
love.
was their.
That's just love for the game and
Yep.
understanding your role within the game.
Yep.
Let's talk about Utah real quick though. Utah's making some noise. The Utes. The Utah Utes.
Utah Ute.
Utah Utes. They went from 17 to 14, so now they're top 15 in the rankings. Taking down Wyoming 31-6 on Saturday. That's nothing to like scoff about.
No.
Wyoming's not a team that you could push. They're not pushovers. So to be able to pull that off, I definitely think Utah is a team that you need to be looking out for. The New Mexico transfer is doing what you got to do.
Yep.
Dampier, that's how you say his
Yep.
name.
Damn.
Right now, he's completing 74% of his passes, averaging over 6 yards per carry, and has not turned the ball over. And that's through 3 games. He's had a efficient style of play, and the ball is staying in their possession. I got to give him his credit.
And Utah Utes, what they? They Big 12, ain't they?
I think, yeah, because they play Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So
Big 12. Yeah.
they're a team. I would say with how they've been playing, they're a team to watch out in the Big 12.
I can see them making a push for the playoffs if they can keep this up. I mean, apparently New Mexico wasn't a good fit for Dampier, and he found a better fit in Utah.
I mean, but New Mexico produces some good players, though. A lot of good players come through the New Mexico program.
It might have been a thing where they had too many players, and he wasn't going to be able to start. That's probably what it was.
Because you know how some people in college, your depth chart for a skill position can go deep.
Mm-hmm.
As deep as you wanted to, more deep than an NFL roster sometimes. So,
to put a ribbon on that, he's also had a carry of at least 14 yards in each game and a completion of at least 24 yards in every game. And there's literally saying, and I quote, Dampier isn't just running Utah's offense; he is Utah's offense. So he's the thing that's got them 3-0 right now.
but question, Who did they just do a win over?
Wyoming. It was 31-6.
Wyoming. Who's Wyoming? You feel me? Like,
I mean, I can't speak for their football program as much as I can their basketball program. I think they're more of a basketball school than a football school. I can make that argument.
yeah.
I've seen Wyoming do more in football. I mean, basketball than football. That's just from what I know about Wyoming.
Not saying, no disrespect, but respect. You know what I'm saying? But who's Wyoming? Like, when Utah hits conference play, like when you
Next
play
week,
when you
yeah,
play Kansas, when you play, I would say Kansas State got a good team though.
they
Um,
all right. They all right.
they are right, yeah. But when you start playing these other teams, Colorado's, once you start getting into your conference play, let me see what you're made of then. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, Wyoming, like, that's why some of the stuff I wasn't shining too much light on, because the stuff that was conference play this weekend, it lived up to the hype. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Like,
You said NFL's gonna have a hard time keeping up with that.
so that's what I mean. So, like, you can have a big show out, and we expect you to have a big ass show out. You know what I'm
I got you.
saying?
I got you.
But
Uh, we'll give Utah some time to see how they really play when they get into conference play. We'll see. We'll see what they made
yeah,
of.
we gotta see what they
Um,
made of.
well, we touched on them a little earlier, but just to review, Alabama's Crimson Tide was 20 in the 25 rankings last week. They're 15 now.
Hmm.
Taking out. Well, you got to look at the fact that they lost to Florida State unexpectedly, because nobody saw that coming at the beginning of the season.
Nobody
Um,
seen that coming.
Nobody saw that coming. But then they got the win over Wisconsin on Saturday. So
Hmm.
um, I think it's just a matter of
In which they needed that. I mean, even though it wasn't their conference play, but it was somewhat conference play. So you needed that win,
yeah,
or
they
else,
need to find their identity in the post Nick Saban era. Everybody knows this. I mean, any outlet network is going to touch on that. They have to develop a culture and identity outside of Nick Saban. Nick Saban is on TV now. All right, he ain't coming back through
yeah,
them doors. He might give DeBauer a phone call every now and then to check in on just off of the mentorship and the leadership, and and being the legend that he is. But
yeah,
Nick Saban ain't coming through them doors no more. All right, so
at
so
all.
I need the fans to accept that. I need the alumni to accept that. And I'm not saying lower your standards. All right, I'm not saying it, because I don't think you should have to. I think if you're a team that's known for winning, you do your best to maintain that level of understanding. We got to win.
You do.
But DeBauer is not Saban.
He's not. He's
He's
not.
not gonna become Saban. And
But I
it's not
will
just because
say,
of his coaching, it's also because football is not what football was during the Saban era. Saban didn't have the portal. Saban didn't have the NIL deals. They had their little, under the table deals going on. There was
yeah,
what I'm saying, we all know that. I mean, there's plenty of documentaries out there. That's public knowledge now. But as far
okay,
as as far as what they do now, the competition is more laid out and leveled out now, to the point where you have to actually be an elite coach. You have to do your scouting. You have to make sure the players are bought into your offensive and defensive schemes. Your coordinators are on the same page. And there's a level of communication, understanding that we are Alabama. So we have to represent what Alabama represents in football.
yeah,
But do it our way, not necessarily Saban's way, but take what we can from that and create our own culture.
yep. But what culture did the Bar come in with? Because he just up and left.
Where did he come from again? Because I so forgot. Where did he come from again?
University of Washington.
Oh
He
yeah,
was out
yeah,
there.
yeah,
He was the
yeah.
one. He was the coach behind Michael Penix. Uh,
Ah,
yeah. But
ah. And you see how he turned out in the NFL, but I'm not gonna do that.
I don't do that to him.
I'm
His
not gonna
team
do
won
it.
yesterday.
That's cute. It straight pissed me off too, because broke my parlay with that dumbass.
Nah, I don't know what happened to the Vikings boy. That boy,
Tone was
look,
supposed to
look.
call. Tone was supposed to call me today. You know he a Vikings fan. I know he's still feeling the pain from last night. I ain't gonna hear from him today. He ain't, that wasn't supposed to happen.
look, I'm in my shell until Thursday, okay?
Woo, man, it's hard being a Bears fan and a Vikings fan. Well, the NFC is tough, dog. It's
It's
tough,
tough.
yo.
It's tough. It's
Jeez.
tough. I keep seeing memes and like, oh, it's doing the same old shit. Oh, we're gonna be excited to. Oh, it's gonna be a new season. Oh, new regime, new. And then 2 games into the season. Oh shit. All
It's the
right,
same
yep. Let's.
season. We doing this shit again. Damn. All right, we'll get to that tomorrow. I'm sorry.
I know, right? I know.
We got to do that one tomorrow. We move on. We move on.
But
Oh man.
look. What's crazy is though, the Byron needs to have these types of games, right? This
Nah,
is
for real.
how
Nah,
he
for real.
needs to perform in the SEC though. Because
Facts.
if
Facts.
this whole game he scored every quarter. You know what I'm saying? So
And
you're
that's how
going
you
to
do it. It's one quarter at a time. That's how you do it. One quarter at a time.
and 2 of the quarters he scored, 2 touchdowns. So you need to keep that up because once you get it, and he knows,
He
uh,
knows. He been
he
there.
knows just being in SEC just last year. So you need
Yep.
to be ready. You need to be ready.
Speaking of SEC and teams that have shown promise, we talked about them a little bit earlier. The Tennessee Volunteers, correction, I think earlier we said they were 15th. They were 15th last week. They're actually 16th now. They went down a spot.
I'm surprised that they didn't get blasted more, but that was a tough. But who
So
is on the
imagine what would have
board?
happened if they beat Georgia. Imagine what would have happened.
Peyton Manning. Hey, who is Tennessee fucking on the board? Okay, that's all I want to know.
Damn.
Who is Tennessee fucking on the board? Okay,
You let me
because
shit for that. Damn. He said ain't no way they only lost one spot after going into OT with Georgia and then coming up short.
somebody fucks somebody on the board. You hear me? Oh yeah, I just moved you up one spot. Okay.
Ain't no way. Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Josh Heupel said, "You better not do that to my team." Hold on.
I'm on the way. Hell no.
Hey, can I call? I need a favor, okay?
Trying to keep Tennessee relevant. Please help me.
Cause ain't no way that was like what a ranked. You should have moved back at least. Nah.
At least 3 or 4 spots. Like, damn. One
Somebody
spot.
fucking somebody.
You said,
Somebody
hey,
fucking
you
somebody.
said the NCAA and you said they some savages with this ranking. Well, you was not lying. Yo, this is a great
Josh
example.
Heupel said, hold on. Before I go in here with my players, I need to make this call because this is gonna be detrimental to the rankings, okay? Still keep my team relevant. I still want to be in college football playoff, please.
Oh my God, that's wild. I think out of all the drops and all the ups and downs of this ranking, this one had to be the most diabolical because none of them went down just one spot. A lot of them either went up one spot or up multiple, or they
And
went
I mean,
down.
you lost to Georgia was ranked. You lost. Like,
And
come
Georgia's
on.
top 5. Like you lost to a top 3 team, top 5 team. You should have fell off the rankings, like damn near completely.
And Georgia, and I know Kirby's looking like, what the fuck? Should have moved. We should be like 4 for real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No. The reason why they are at where they at 5 is because the fact that y'all went into a dog fight with Tennessee. That's why you're not higher. You supposed to smoke them.
I mean, hell, we could say the same thing for LSU.
Yeah, we sure could.
But we all know that Florida's struggling right now. But we could say
All
the
right.
same thing.
We're gonna get to some lesser known teams. I ain't gonna say lesser known like that, but teams that you kind of know about them, but you don't really talk about them as much. But they are making noise at least as of week 3.
Yeah.
Texas Tech went from 21 last week to 17. I would
Texas
imagine.
Tech. Oh, Texas Tech.
Yeah, Texas Tech. Yeah,
Okay, okay. Yeah, Texas Tech. They have the SEC, right? Or no?
I believe so.
You think so?
I
I
believe
can't
so.
remember.
No,
Okay,
they're Big 12, Big 12, Big 12, Big 12.
okay, okay. Big 12, Big 12. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm like,
Yeah, they play Colorado. They play Colorado almost every year. So yeah, they play Colorado. Yeah.
and
Um,
Texas Tech moves with how much?
they moved up. They moved up 4 spots.
And then Texas Tech plays Utah this upcoming
Yep.
weekend.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Yeah.
Yep. They play the Utes.
So
Yep.
they moved, and they was ranked number what?
Well,
They
last
17.
week
They was
or Utah or Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
They were 21st last week. They're 17 now.
Oh, so they had a convincing win.
That's not
See.
supposed to look. Yeah, that's not supposed to look.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not supposed to look.
Somebody calling favors, like I said.
Damn.
Uh, but Texas Tech. Okay, that's gonna be a nice matchup. Utah Utes and Texas Tech. And Texas Tech played who last week to move up like that?
They played Oregon State, I think.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
This is what we're doing.
yeah.
The board makes no fucking sense. I'm just saying.
I think what the mistake is you cannot with all the teams you have, you cannot make it a top 25 for all these different conferences on one list. I think at some point you have to look into the possibility of making multiple top 25 lists or at least one more
Yeah,
because this list is not I mean, I get why you probably initially did it this way, but you got too many teams and not enough spots. And your way of choosing who goes where and how many spots they drop or they rise, it's not consistent.
yeah,
And that's where it gets savagery because it's like, okay, you got a team that you moved up 4 spots because they had a great performance or a great outing against a team that's considered respectable. And this next one, and this is why I say this, and when you hear this, you're gonna understand why, bro. And it's perfect that they're the
yeah.
next on the list. Number 18 is Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Oh my gosh.
Last week, hold on. Last week they weren't even ranked. So how
Are
you
they
go from
ranked
not
now?
being ranked to 18 this week?
As
See,
they
see what I'm
should.
saying? They're not being consistent across the board because that's a lot of you. You jumped 7. You weren't on the list at all, and you jumped 7 spots.
Yeah,
How?
yeah.
How? There's
But
teams
you
that are
know
on
what?
this
What they
list that
need to
deserve to be
do.
either higher or lower, and you moving them in one way, but you got a team that wasn't ranked at all, and they come out the gate swinging 18.
But you know what they need to do? They just need to get rid of the rankings. Period. I think. I just think they need to get rid of the rankings poll. Period. Because like once you get to the professional level, like how it is across hockey, baseball, whoever's top of their conference, right?
Yeah,
Like obviously that matters because who gives a fuck who what's your rank? You might not even be top of your conference. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it. I feel it.
Like if you're top of your conference and we're taking the second and the out of so many conferences, like I don't know. I don't college got all that shit fucked up right now. Like it's
Yeah.
just
But we got the ACC. They beat Clemson 24
yeah.
21. The next 3 games are against struggling teams. So I feel like that's going to either make them drop based on how they've been doing other teams that play week competition, or you go against your own rules and you make them let them rise. But they got Temple, Wake Forest, and Virginia Tech the next 3 games.
Ugh. Temple, Virginia Tech, and who?
And Wake Forest. Wake Forest is a basketball school as far as I'm concerned, but I'm
Wake
just
Forest might have a football team. I haven't really paid attention to Wake Forest this year, but
I haven't either. I've always
I
known them for
mean
basketball.
Tempo's not bad. There just wasn't up for who they played this past weekend. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
got you. I got you.
Because I think they're only 2-1 now. They were actually undefeated, so obviously they were good enough for their
Up
conference,
up
right?
until that point, yeah.
So Temple, they might get walked on again. You feel me? You're out of your conference. You feel me? I feel like, no disrespect, but if you're in the lower end or not so talked about conference and you get pushed up into, these big bully, power school conferences,
Right.
i.e., SEC, Big Ten, that's a whole nother league, big fella. You're gonna get knocked. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. So taking Georgia Tech's leap that they did, which I mean, and the way they wrapped up that story, they're saying Georgia Tech could be a legitimate playoff contender based on their toughness of schedule or strength of schedule,
yeah.
and then just being able to win the must wins. I mean, they could easily find their way in the playoff conversation just based on the schedule.
Yeah, I will say Georgia Tech is looking like a really, really good team behind Haynes King. And I don't know the
Mm-hmm.
coach
Hands
name out there.
and Eric Rivers.
Eric Rivers, yeah, I mean, phenomenal job to those. Man, Georgia was just on fire this this past weekend for real on Saturday.
Yeah,
Uh, Atlanta was showing out, but Georgia Tech is definitely a problem. They're in the ACC, correct? ACC.
yeah, ACC, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so that was. And as far as Dabo Sweeney and the Clemson Tigers, I'm just, we can damn near. I don't want to. Last week I was like, can we put a ribbon on it? No. Let's give them another week. But I don't know. Can we give it? Should I put a ribbon on Clemson now? I don't know. But right now, I honestly feel like I'm very much close to putting the ribbon on it. Like, uh, I don't see the Clemson Tigers because Klubnik, I don't think he can pull it together. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. They had too many missing pieces and they can't get their shit together. Um, but Clemson's not looking like Clemson. That's what I do know.
I agree. Um, at number 19, we got the Missouri Tigers that were 25th last week.
They 23 now.
They were 25 last week. They're 19. They're
They're
19 now.
19. They're
Yeah.
19 now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. They're 19 now. Yep. My team take long to update. Okay, now it's updated. So they 19 now. And who they
Mm-hmm.
got this upcoming week?
Looks like they got South SEC
South
opener in
Carolina.
South Carolina. Yeah.
Woo! South Carolina against South Carolina. That's gonna be a crazy game. I don't have none of the thing pulled up in front of me to let me know the lines and stuff, but
Oh no, you good. You good.
uh, South
And
Carolina just took a real big L at home against Vanderbilt in SEC.
mm,
That's why they was ranked and now they're not ranked because Vanderbilt, whew, that was a tough loss. But they lost their quarterback Lenore Sellers. Hopefully he comes back. I don't know what's going on with him. Uh,
mm.
but the way Mizzou has been playing, I will probably take Mizzou in this game coming up, and especially because it's at Mizzou at home for Mizzou. So
I got you. So rounding out the top 20 of the top 25 is the Hoosiers, Indiana Hoosiers. They were 22 last week. They're 20 now. Of course, they did what they had to do against Indiana State. No surprise there. I mean, that's an out of conference matchup,
yeah,
interstate rivalry. We knew that was coming. And then you
yeah,
have them playing, of course, Illinois this weekend. and I think we already kind of know where it needs to go. But they're going to be depending on wide receiver Mark Cooper Jr. to go ahead and keep carrying them through when it comes to the options on offense.
Yeah. I mean, I did see this line. I mean, IU is clearly favored, but
Rightfully so. They're at home.
they're at home. Illinois is the underdog, but can Illinois cover the money line? I think they have a shot here. I do think yes, IU is at home. I think that is why the line is, but I wouldn't throw off Illinois because Illinois got some players that come up in clutch time when they need to. So uh, I think this is really gonna come down to coaching and time of possession for real uh, in this game for Big Ten. I
No,
mean,
I think I
because
think I
this
used
is
to
gonna be a
go.
detrimental game. This Illinois Indiana game is gonna be equivalent to that the Georgia and Tennessee this past weekend. So
Okay.
so it's
Possibly
because
overtime.
it could be because it's detrimental. You talk about a top 10, but it's a ranked matchup. You know what I'm saying? So whoever wins, because if Indiana wins, they're gonna get pushed up. But if IU wins, Indiana's probably gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, I agree. If U of I wins, IU will probably get knocked out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can
they're
see
gonna
that.
get knocked out.
I can see that. Moving on to 21, the Michigan Wolverines. They were 24th last week, behind Underwood, and they had a crazy game against Central Michigan. Which again, Central Michigan is the Mid American Conference. I don't
Yeah,
know what y'all expected, but
right.
63-3. I mean,
That was a belt to ass. You know what I'm saying? Belt to ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Like straight out the gate. Like, and
take
then
your ass back to the
not to
MAC.
mention they got that was the start of their interim coach. You know what I'm saying? Because their head coach is suspended for 2 games. So he's doing his 2 games. So they did that off the strength of an interim coach.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but I think they need that bounce back because they lost at Oklahoma in week 2. So they need that bounce back game. Bryce
yeah.
needed that confidence boost for sure.
Yeah, but going into Nebraska, I mean, this ain't no joking. Then that's conference play, so you got to take this shit serious.
They play Nebraska this week.
Yep,
Mm, okay.
yep, they played
Um, yeah, you brought this team up earlier. The Vanderbilt
the
Commodores.
fake, the fake Patrick Mahomes.
You stupid. You talking about Diego Pavia?
No, no, Diego Pavia plays for Vanderbilt, but no, it's that he looked like Patrick Mahomes. He played for the Cornhuskers though. What's his name? Uh, I could see it, but it's not coming to me.
I forget. I remember you talking. I forget his name, but
But yeah,
Vanderbilt.
he plays. He's a Nebraska quarterback.
Oh, okay,
Literally,
okay. Yeah.
literally looks like Patrick Mahomes' twin.
His daddy got some questions you need to answer. But yeah. So they weren't ranked last week, but Vanderbilt's number 22 this week though. Hmm. I guess her camera went out.